Let's bring in First Take Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., what's your reaction to the list and the names?
Well, my reaction to the list is that, obviously I don't agree with everything that I saw. My list is very, very clear. My top 5 is easy for me. Muhammad Ali was number 1. Jackie Robinson was number 2. You can put Jesse Owens up in there at number 3. I'd put Serena Williams at number 4 with some of the things that she's had to deal with. And obviously Michael Jordan would be in my top 5 because he's the greatest that I've ever seen. He's the greatest that ever lived. But from a social activist standpoint, that wasn't necessarily his thing, at least in a public stratosphere. The key word that I think everybody's ignoring in all of this, y'all, is adversity. When you go through tremendously adverse circumstances, and you're willing to stand up proudly and be unapologetically in support of your community, to me, you've succeeded and excelled as a marquee athlete representing the United States of America globally. Everybody recognizes who you are. Knowing those challenges that you had to overcome, that's what resonates with me. And so when I look at it from that perspective and I think about what Muhammad Ali had to go through and what he stood up for, when I think about Jackie Robinson and integrating the sport of Major League Baseball in 1947 and what he had to go through, we obviously know about Jesse Owens, like my man Mark Spears just articulated. The man ran in front of Adolf Hitler, for crying out loud. And I don't think people truly appreciate not just the greatness of Serena Williams in terms of her results, being, winning as many singles majors as she has, Grand Slam titles, etc. But I don't think people take into account what the sport of tennis has been like and how her and her sister Venus, even though they didn't necessarily integrate the sport, certainly we know better than that. The fact is, there's a lot of adversity, a lot of trials and tribulations, some of it brought on by their very own father, we might add, because he certainly didn't do a great job in ingratiating himself in the tennis community. But when you consider some of the adverse circumstances they faced, the sisters, the way they've been denigrated, the imagery that's been put out there about them, the way they've been talked about and what have you, to go out and perform the way that Serena Williams has performed, she's not only the greatest woman tennis player that we've ever seen as far as I'm concerned. She may go down as arguably the greatest athlete in the history of American sports. This woman is sensational. And so when you take all those things into consideration and the fact that all of those individuals were unapologetically black, if we're talking about the 50 greatest black athletes, that is why you can leave Tiger Woods off the list, who didn't want to identify himself with the African-American community. It is why others might slide down the list. But certainly when you think about those top 4, you've got to put them in there because they've got the results, particularly under adverse circumstances, to legitimize their greatness in so many ways that others cannot.
Well said. Listen, from just a perspective of athletes, which we didn't know what these qualifiers were yesterday, if we were just looking at sheer athletic prowess, Bo Jackson, right? But again, they shone a little bit of light on the fact that this is about social consciousness.
When you met, this is the bottom line, and everybody's hesitant to say it, so damn it, I'll say it. When you mention the word black towards anything, you cannot omit social activism. You cannot omit a social consciousness. We take those things into consideration because one of the reasons we revere the individuals that we revere, it's not just because of their greatness. It's their greatness under circumstances that people of other ethnic groups don't have to face necessarily. That's what resonates to the African Americans in the United States of America. That is why you will always hear the name Muhammad Ali, because it wasn't just the fact that he was the heavyweight champion of the world. We know what he went through. We knew the government was up against him. We knew he was ostracized and damn near eradicated. These are the kind of things we pay attention to, and the fact that he stood tall in the face of that kind of adversity, he will always be the GOAT in most of our eyes.
Really quick, because we're up against it. All that being said, where do you put Jim Brown?
Oh, he's up there. He's top 10. I definitely put him in the equation. Michael Jordan's greatness is just, it's so special. You just can't ignore it. It's almost sacrilegious to put him out of the top 5. And being that I know him personally, one of the things I don't think Michael Jordan gets enough credit for is what he's done behind the scenes and how he quietly went about the business of elevating things to such a degree that it made life so much easier for the LeBron James of the world and others to come forward and to be who they are and to do what they do. But LeBron doesn't deserve to be as low as 29th either. He should be much higher.
Much more from Stephen A. and Max. First Take, top of the hour right here on ESPN. Stephen A., thank you, brother.